Welcome back, YouTube, on another episode of I don't know what I'm doing, and we're gonna figure it out if you want to figure it out with me. Okay, started off with lug nuts. We got a 30 millimeter for your lug nuts. You got 8 large ones in there. We're gonna yank them off. This is the rear dually passenger or right side. So bear with me. We pop these wheels off. We basically got to get the drum off. I got a feeling I couldn't find a video on this myself. Even I use YouTube. In my conclusion, didn't find one, so we're making one. Bear with me. All right, pardon me, not a drum. Let me correct myself. This little thing back here called the caliper and a rotor. Next, we're gonna pop off these couple bolts on the back side. There's one up high at my fingertip, and then there's one on the bottom down here, right here at my fingertip too. If I can get some light in there. My fingertip right there. I did open these up from the edges to make the brake pads spread off the rotor. Everything comes apart and goes together a lot better. Bear with me. I'm gonna do all that right now. All right, if you can hear me over the music anyway. Probably it is a 5/8 on these 2 bolts for the caliper. Might be a 16 if it is metric, but 5/8 is the one that fits it actually really good. There you go, hold on. All right, we popped off the top. This one was kind of locked on. Good rule of thumb, have something to set this down on. We're gonna use the jack on this one. Bear with me. Heavier than I am. Okay, what I'm trying to see here, and I'm gonna pop this back brake pad off. Let me move this light a little bit. Hopefully you can see that a little better. Calm down that a little bit. There we go. That's better. We might have to pop that out, and obviously I think we're gonna have to pull our rotor to see what we need to see. So bear with me. I guess we'll yank the rotor. All right, the bolts for the floating axle are 19. So we pop off all those, and if I remember right, this whole thing should slide out after that. All right, back at it. I ended up popping the bolts for the floating axle back on after I got it all cleaned up back here. Camera's probably gonna flip over, bear with me. But anyway, down there, that hole in the middle of the screen, if you get my darn camera to focus. Anyway, I was able to just simply pop a small pry bar behind it and just gently nudge it. I lubed it up pretty good with the liquid wrench, and then it started moving, so I popped it out. It just slides in. I thought that there was a clip on the inner side of this, but there is not. So anyway, it's got a couple clips that hold to the brake line and go up right here behind the frame. I'll get to that in just a minute. Let me get the new one in place, and we got the brand new one right here. The old one was full of metal shavings on that tip right there. So there you go. Let me actually zoom in so you can see. All right, on that tip it was full of metal shavings on this old one. We cleaned it up already, but yeah, that thing was covered, and that's probably the malfunction of it. I am gonna stick my air nozzle in that hole and blow it out now, and then pop the new one in place, maybe with a little bit of grease or something on it to keep it from the corrosion, and lock it in like it was. All right, I was able to put that one back in. Yeah, if I can get in there. Man, sorry guys. That brand new black cable in the center of the screen. This is from the top down. There you go. And on the sides of this, there's 2 notches. A notch there and a notch there. I simply took a longer, bigger flathead from the top side, kind of came in at an angle like into there, and tapped on it lightly with a hammer. This sensor is plastic. Other than that, just pop off these couple clips that lead up the brake line. If your clips are broken, You could use zip ties, tape, whatever works. Follow that on up, and I'll show you the back side in a second. All right, here's a better view. The sensor back there on my fingertip. Now you can follow the wiring, which is right here parallel to the brake line. Follow it on up. I just disconnected it from the plug up there. Just simple pop it open tab. Does connect up here to a snap it on the frame. So we're gonna go ahead and take the old one off, pop the new one on. All right, there we go. I simply popped in all the little clips along the line. They snap right in with your finger, and then plug it right in. I always say use a little bit of dielectric grease in little ports like that. It kind of keeps the corrosion from being so bad. So we're gonna go ahead and pop our wheel back on. We'll call it a wrap. Thanks for watching.